Hello everybody, Noble Demon Lord here. Welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. Today we're going to try to send a wonderful, super awesome probe out to Duna. And Duna being our Mars stand-in and Mars being the god of war, we'll go with Tyr. Also the god of war and justice and other things. So this will be Tier 1. So that's what we're going to be doing today, right? I want to just get a probe in orbit and then maybe try to get some landers down there. If Duna's outside of our launch window, then we'll send some rovers down to like Minimus or something. We have some other science that we can do around the moon and Minimus that we have yet to do. But for now, we'll focus on getting a probe out into orbit around Duna. So I want to get a Science Junior in here, right? And we'll get a big payload here. Open this bad Johnny up, right? I like doing everything in pairs. If we can get a high orbit and a low orbit, that's what we're going to go for. No guarantees, of course, but we're going to do what we can. Get this guy in here. And we'll get some of these guys. Get some seismic accelerator. I don't think these work, but we're going to launch them anyway. Pretty sure we found that out last time. Surface scanning modules are cool. These magnetometers, I'm actually going to put them up on top of the probe. Yeah, I'll put them up here. The survey scanner doesn't do anything. The gravioli detector, that should be helpful, right? That's all the science that we can really get, because this requires an atmosphere. So, we're not going to do that one. Comms. Yeah, we're gonna put just one of these bad Johnnies on here. Actually, we need the big relay. About there. Yep, nice big upside down relay. It works. We'll put the battery packs in here as well. Boom. There we go. It's all balanced, right? As it should be. Let's get our solar panels in here. Get a bunch of them. Doesn't really matter. I don't need a ton. But the more the better, really. Alright, so now let's get a shell around this here. So we can get it out of the atmosphere at a respectable... Boom. Look at that. There you go. There's our probe core. Probe body core? What do you want to call it? Let's get her out into space, shall we? I don't actually know if time passes while you're building. I think it does. But I don't think it's, like, crazy. Let's get a small little engine here. Get a decoupler. Then we'll put some big, liquid stuff on here, right? Liquid's just easier to control. You can throttle it, you can shut it off. Solid boosters, you just can't do that. Oh man, I gotta keep... It's gonna be a tall one. I like building tall probes, I've noticed. For whatever godforsaken reason. Which is fine, it's not a bad thing. But sometimes it's not the most efficient on the planet. Or off the planet. Let's go ahead and do 3 of these guys. Oops. Here we go. Boom. So I don't know how much I have a chart for finding out like how fast, like how many meters per second delta V you need to get out of Kerbin. Well, to get from one planet to another. I have that somewhere. I'm not looking at it because I'm probably not smart, which is fine. That happens. I'm not the brightest sometimes. I want the twin bore. I want to rotate the twin bore. Spin it that way. There we go. That's all settled. Save that. Alright, so we've got 2,800 meters per second, 3,000 meters per second, and 3,000 meters per second. Alright, that's easy enough, actually. So let's get all that there. Let's get some structure in here, right? So I could be smart about this and use staging that makes sense. Like I could... I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. So I gotta get some... what do you call them? You know, what do you call them? You know, things. The things that you... Whatchamacallums. Fuel tanks. This guy. Fuel ducts. If we go, like, from the inside to the inside, right? That should be going down and in there. Yep, so I can actually put this as the same stage as that. Alright, so I'm just going to put some structural supports here to hold it up on the pad. We're ready to go. Okay. Got ourselves a mission, tier 1. Here we go. Whoa, she's the heavy one. But we'll be fine. Look at that rocket. Look at that. It's not so bad when you look at it from way out here, huh? See, these ones are staying full. Well, these ones are emptying. Right, and it's fueling all 4 chambers. That makes sense. This is good. We're gonna get through the bottom of the atmosphere. We can throttle down a little bit. Get that gravity turn in there. So we've got 9,000 meters per second. I think that's enough to get us to Duna and to get us into any sort of orbit that we want. But I'm not 100%. Hey, it's a full moon. Look at that. I'm not 100% sure. I'm actually not sure if there's phases of the moon in this game. Something I'd have to look into. Throttle down a little bit. Just put the tip over a wee bit. There we go. Let's get that sideways motion going here. But not too much. There we go. See? Just like that. All settled. So for Duna, right, Kerbal is traveling faster than Duna is because Kerbal's closer to the sun. Or Kerbal, I believe. But either way, the point being is that they're traveling much faster, or Duna is traveling much slower than Kerbal is. So you kind of have to like use Kerbal like a slingshot and launch it out in front of Kerbal to reach Duna, as Duna kind of comes around the backside of Kerbal. So here we are. Getting up into orbit now. I'm going to actually cut. I'm gonna cut these. Yeah, I'll cut these. Start a circularization maneuver, right? Whee! Boop. There we go. There we go. That's plenty. 2-minute burn. We're gonna burn for 1 minute and 14 seconds. Rather, 2 minutes until the burn, which is fine. Got a ton of gas. Whee! Here we are. Pulling away. Our big old rocket ship. Most excellent. Okay, so I didn't quite get the angle right because it's slightly off, but that's okay. So we'll start the burn at 40 seconds. It's 1 minute and 9 seconds, so 69 seconds. Nice. We'll get it going. I love the atmosphere. You know, when we're out of the atmosphere, we're into the orbit. The orbit music for this game is great. It's like, hey, you've made it to space. See how truly beautiful space is? It's amazing, truly. Alright, so we're just going to burn a little bit early. All we're doing is circularizing. It's not a huge deal. Whee! There we go. Broken off those guys. Get our solar panels out. All 6 of them. Still got quite a bit of burn left. 25 seconds, which is fine. Not trying to go too far out here. Duna. Okay, there's Duna. Still got another 11 to 10 seconds to go. So now all we really need to do is find an exit trajectory that'll bring us in line with Duna. And hopefully we can find one that gives us an immediate actual intercept with Duna. Alright. So here goes. Now we need to find somewhere to put a maneuver with just lots of prograde, right? We just want to accelerate, accelerate, accelerate. We want to escape. We want to escape Kerbal. That's the whole point, right? Okay. So that gets us past. Okay. So closest approach, target position. Yeah. So I think we're a little too far behind, or too far ahead. Let's bring it. Let's drop back this way a little bit. Let's do it this way. How's that look? Slow it down. Slow it down. Target and us at closest approach. Maybe we launch it from over here. Right, we want to make that angle more extreme. Oh. Whoa. Well, that's actually sending us inward. Alright, so we want to avoid the moon. There we go. Now let's see what that does. The moon got in the way of that last one. Okay, so as we accelerate, it's bringing us closer and closer to the sun and to Moho. So that's not quite what we want, right? Let's slow it way back down. So it's entirely possible that we're just on the... We're not quite yet aligned for Duna. Right, again, accelerating us that way will get us the wrong way. Okay. So we need to just go out and forward, which makes sense, right? Because we're launching out and away. Could theoretically adjust our orbit mid-flight to kind of get us that intercept. Could do that. Whoa. Yeah, see how much more crazy that is? Okay, so our closest approach, descending node, there's the target way over there, huh? Yes, it doesn't even... Let's see if we can go... So here's the problem, huh? Let's just draw it around this way. It's gonna be a long burn one way or the other. Ah, if we speed it up enough, there's a chance. So now it's just kind of confused. Doesn't really know what it wants. Which is fine. It's like, oh, well, here's your closest position. Well, here's your, no, here's your close, no, here's your closest. It just can't, it can't make a decision about what it wants. If we really, really, really accelerate. Maybe if we go out here. Let's try that. See what that does for us. Whoa, that gets us all the way out to Drez's orbit. Jeez. I've never been to Drez in this game. I've been to Duna a couple times. Been to Jewel once or twice. Okay, so there's the closest approach. There's the target position at closest. Okay. So now... We're working on it, guys. We're working on it. So it's usually pretty easy, as far as I know. We may need to actually just accelerate a little bit. 87,000, 200,000. Let's go out this way a little bit more. Maybe that'll help. Alright, so let's not do that, right? Let's just accelerate a bunch. Just go as fast as we can. Whee! Spinning, spinning, spinning. And as we spend a couple of days in orbit. Okay, so now, right? Now let's see where it gets us. So let's do a burn out over here. Do a maneuver. Whee! Accelerate out. That should be a little bit better. Ah, see? It's already better. Again, it's kind of struggling to figure out what it wants. No, it doesn't like any of those. Okay, that's fine. We'll keep going then. Ugh, they're like right there. Why can't I get an approach, man? Why can't I get an intercept, man? There we go. Okay, we've adjusted, right? So, just past the periaps. It's a 42-second burn. It's only 1,000 meters per second, right? So the transfer window is when we're behind Duna, right? Because we're going faster than Duna, so we're gonna kind of launch and out and kind of slow down as we come around this curve to intercept. So at 21 seconds, we'll do our burn. We have a ton of gas, so let's just warp ahead a little bit. We have more than enough gas to get us to slow down, I think, inside of Duna's gravity well. We've been kind of sitting out here in space this whole time, which is good. It's a good thing I remembered to open up the solar panels, because if I hadn't, we've had a rough time of it. Alright, so this is our first interplanetary probe that's actually going to stay where it's supposed to. The last one went to Jewel, and it got kind of just, whee, launched out. Oh, shit. I gotta burn what I'm supposed to burn, right? Awkward. I could probably land this thing if I really wanted to. But we'll see how much gas I have after the transfer is over and once we actually get over there. So I had to revolve, I had to do a full year, almost 2 years in orbit to get Duna into the right position. I know you guys can't see it up to the top left because my face is in the way. But yeah, we're at T plus 1 year, 301 days right now. Just to get anything even remotely close to what I wanted. To what we wanted for this this whole deal. Okay, we're coming up on it, coming up on it, coming up on it. Get closer, closer. Oop. Wow, I really did need that extra 1 meter per second, huh? Okay, well, here we go. We're gonna warp out to our approach. Goodbye, Kerbal. I'll miss you, Kerbal. Kerbal, the sun, we're still gonna be there. But we've still got not a great connection, but actually no, we have a great connection. Miley and the Ratatoskr satellites have a not such great, but Ratatoskr 18, there we go. So we've got some, we're gonna have plenty of ways to actually intercept our comms as required. So let's stop that. Whee! Okay. Add maneuver. Just really short burn, just to get our bearings along here, right? We're out deep in space now. Duna should be coming up over there somewhere. Out kind of behind us, which is fine. You still got great signal. With Kerbal. With Kerbin. I keep doing that now. That's awkward. Just a really short burn. And boop. Good enough. Alright, let's get over here in 43 days. This is year 2, right? Because we launched this out of a bad time. Alright, so Duna, whoop, wait a minute, I just saw it. Where'd it go? I saw you, Duna. Duna is behind us. Nope, I want to warp there. There it is. There's Duna and its little moon there. Okay, so now we're in Duna's orbit, right? So if we burn, add a maneuver, right? We want to burn retrograde. Whoa, 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 whoa. There we go. All right, so that's going to be a gigantic orbit. But we can, we'll reduce it over time. Jeez. Big polar orbit. So there's Duna and its moon. I actually forget what its moon is called. But once we get to where we need to be... Alright, let's warp over here. Whee! Ike. Oh, Ike is the moon. There we go. Ike. So Mars in real life has 2 moons. But in this game, Duna only has 1. I think it's kind of like they swapped, you know, the moon in Minmus over Kerbin. Keep doing that. Anyway. Alright, here we go. Just gotta wrap around here. We're gonna minimize this as much as we can. So I'm going to be, once I actually circularize this, I'll be gentle with it, and then I'll slow it down even more and more and more and more, and so on and so forth, until we get a really kind of appropriately... Okay, so here we go. Oh, so I kind of like overdid it, huh? Okay, let's keep going, let's keep going. Ah, okay. So it's because in that last one, I kind of overdid the orbit transfer, and I would have whipped around this way instead of that way. Or, I'm sorry, that way instead of this way. Alright, so let's go down here. Right. Let's go do some science down here. Whee! Stay retrograde. So there she is. There's Duna. So the whole purpose of this, right, is to get something in orbit so that we can eventually get some landers down there. I want to get some rovers out. We have so much gas. I don't even know what to do with it. I don't want to land it, but, like, I could totally land this. I should have put landing gear on it. Ah, that's alright. It's fine. I'll need something in orbit around Duna anyway. And this way, polar orbit, right? It should never... Nothing should ever get in the way. Nothing should ever get in the way of us. So let's go ahead and do this. Add a maneuver. I'm gonna slow it. Wait, whoa, that's too much. 140,000 meters. Yeah, we can adjust from there. I don't know where the top of Duna's atmosphere is, which is also a potential issue. But yeah, we'll take this, and we'll go from there. See, this is not too bad, right? Because we intercepted its plane. One of the problems is we were, like, above it. So we almost missed the actual planet. So that's a node we had to adjust, the ascending and descending node, to get on the same plane. We were like 0.1 degree off, and we were like way up here. So sometimes that stuff happens. Let's just slow it down now. Whoa, okay. Let's just stay retrograde, right? That's what we need. We're back over here. We're gonna go back up and around. So we're gonna get as close to Duna as we can. I don't know about Ike. I think Ike's gonna have to be a future mission. Actually, probably not. I could probably put this in orbit around Ike if I really wanted to. I could probably set that up like right now. Oh, that would be cool. I probably have enough gas. Fuck it, let's do it, man. Let's do that. Let's do it, man. So if I just slow down right here, right? If I just slow us down. I don't know why it needs to feels the need to do that way. Ha! And just like that. That took all of 63 meters per second of burn. That's crazy. Wow. Okay. So then I could just do some science here and then whoop, pop over to Duna, and wow! So we're gonna knock out Ike and Duna today. So it took, according to the game clock here, 2 years and 220 days. It was more like 2 years and 200 days, and then actually setting up this orbit. Really, it's a 1 second burn. Well, let's just do it now. Burning, burning, burning. Ooh, there we go. Just like that. So now it's burned. Let's get over here. Whoa, whoa. Alright, so we should be coming up. Oh yeah, there's Ike. That's so cool. Okay. So now, let's circularize Ike's orbit. That's so cool, man. So I don't think Ike has an atmosphere, so we're going to try to get real close. Let's just go as close as we can. Say 28,000 meters. Yeah, let's do that. 7 second burn. Oh, that'll be so cool. And then we can just burn it back towards Duna. That's so cool, man. That's so cool. And it's only at 300 meters per second. We still have tons of gas. Like, we could probably burn and get home with all the gas that we have. I don't want to do that because I want to relay sat here. But still, that would be freaking sweet. Okay, so here is... Where's Ike? Am I blind? Yes, I'm blind because it's right here. 7 second burn. I mean, I could just dump this. I really don't need it. And it's kind of making the satellite unwieldy, and I'm impatient. But it's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. We're fine. I know this is a bit of a longer episode. I'll be cutting out a lot of the travel time. But yeah, getting Ike and Duna. I think I had 9,000 or 10,000 meters per second worth of fuel. Didn't need that. You only need like 6,750 meters per second of Delta V. So yeah, I was way, way, way in excess of what we needed. But I don't think it's enough to get us home, especially with this Ike shenanigans that we're doing here. Whoa, no, that's a bit not right. So we need to burn a little bit of prograde here. Because we're going to have a bad time when we get down here. Let's warp up here. Yeah, we're going to have a real bad time when we get too close. Alright, come on, let's burn prograde, please. Taking her time. That's right, I don't have any RCS on here, so that's my fault. I have a tendency to not add RCS, because, I don't know, I'm dumb. I forget these things sometimes. But we'll get there. Slow gimbling. Alright, so I just want to be above the surface. I don't want to get so freaking low that I could probably land this on... I could land this on Ike right now. I'm not going to, but I could. Alright, so let's add a little bit. Let's make this not dumb. Alright, make sure it's above the surface. There we go. 13,000. Good enough. Alright, so let's get over here. It's very lumpy. Not as crater filled as the moon. Well, actually, you know what? It looks like it's probably more like older craters. Wow, look at that. Look how cool that is. All right, we're gonna do a little bit of science. We're gonna do our Ike science because I think Ike science will be harder in the long run to get. So yeah, let's just start with that. In vacuum. Well, in space near Ike. Weird. All right, so we're gonna hold on to all these and we're gonna transfer all of them at once. If I could select anything. Come on. Give it to me. There we go. Observe the mystery goo. The goo feels right at home. Of course it does. Recorded accurate measurements of gravitational forces near Ike. Temperature. Collected and recorded temperature data from the environment. This doesn't make sense because we can't do that. That's our stuff there. Got that. We've got that. Can't do. Okay. I'm going to do the Science Junior here, actually, as well. I'm going to conduct the material study. The high radiation environment caused a few of the samples to glow. Yep. 200. Wow, look at all this science. Close the doors. Now we'll extend our booms here. And we'll run a test. We'll run the test here. Trace magnetic fields are magnified by the sense and measured in real time it's almost like hearing the heartbeat of a planet, knowing if it's dead inside or if something is churning. Wow. Okay. Super freaking cool. Okay. So actually, we'll leave this bay open. And we're going to transmit this science. Transmit all. Oh, look at all the science. 114 science, 39 science, 78 science, 52 science. Or then that's a lot of science, whatever it is. Alright, so now, we can burn away from it. Add a maneuver. Go this way. Whoa! Jeez. Slow it down a little bit. There we go. Wow, we got a ton of science out of that. Great work, guys. This is awesome. Super freaking cool, man. Alright, so now we're going to maneuver to get back around Duna, and actually, I think we're going to try for, like, kind of a close to equatorial orbit. I mean, as close as I think as we're going to be able to get. Yeah, that'll be fine. Good enough. 5-second burn. Ain't no thing. And we'll still have that last stage and a little bit of this second stage still. We've got a ton of gas. I'm just going to burn it here, actually. There we go. Good enough. That's all we need. So now, right, we get all the way out here. Whee! That's really cool how that orbit works. It's kind of like, it's doing this purple one, and it's getting into the orange one. We'll warp onto this track. And then, once it actually gets there, we go, whoa, whoa, look at that. Whoa! What's it doing? Oh, that's crazy. All these freaking goofy lines and stuff is going to catch the moon again. It's going to catch Ike. But for now, we're just going to retrograde burn here. I don't know how far down I want to burn, but going to burn down enough. So there it is. There's massive ice caps here because we're farther out from the sun, right? And I think Duna has a lesser atmosphere than Kerbin does. So that lower, that lesser atmosphere, I don't think it's magnetically active. So it's probably got, it's just the particles from from Kerbal, the sun, are just tearing away at what little atmosphere is actually there. So that's super cool. So yeah, we're gonna just burn retrograde. There we go. Well. Finally burn away from that thing. That's interesting. We're gonna hit the... we're gonna hit Ike again. Gonna get into Ike's. But we're just gonna... Cannot warp. Okay. So we'll warp back through Ike's gravitational field. Go gravity well. That's super funny. That we left Ike only to catch it again. Well, it's because I'm burning retrograde again. That makes sense, I guess. I'll warp over there. Whee! Okay. Whoa. So now 193, right? So it's add a maneuver. Slow it way down. I don't know where the top of their atmosphere is. So we're just going to start by doing that. And we'll warp over there. We're going to get up close and personal with Duna. Oh, so cool. I kind of want to circularize this as well. Like, make it even. There we go. It's an 8-second burn. Not too crazy. We'll burn at 4. So it's still not quite circular. That's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. And here we go. Here's our burn. 200 meters per second. Oh yeah, with 3,000 meters per second, I could easily get this thing onto the surface. So really, what I need to do next time is just put... what do you call it? Put, like, landing gear on this thing. 113. I don't know where the top of the atmosphere is. I'm gonna guess, like... We're gonna guess 50? And this is more of a... We're just trying to learn things here. Yes, we're gonna guess 50. We're also gonna... There we go. Do that. Just a little bit. There we go. Now fast forward over there. So we're gonna guess 50, right? So we're trying to figure out where Duna's atmosphere starts. Which, helpfully, the atmosphere is displayed here. But, like, again, I don't know if when the bar starts ticking down, that's when we know we're getting into atmo. And that, I can burn out of that if I want to. Which I do. I want to keep this probe up here. But for now, we're going to continue on for our 2-second burn. 2 whole seconds. And we just want to get more science, right? Because if we got so much science from Ike, how much science are we going to get from Duna? And then when we land on Duna, how much science are we going to get? So I should probably add, like, triple or quad the science on some of these rockets, because this is, like, excessive. The amount of science we can get, and then the science that we can't get. Oops, I overshot it. That's fine. There we go. All right. Here we go. 48K. Let's find out. I'm going to warp all the way around. Right, so I want to get into near Duna orbit to get some of that sweet, sweet science. And as soon as it's going to warp down to here, okay, below 100,000. I don't know when we're going to get into... Wow, look at that glow. That's cool. So 50,000 or 60,000. I don't know if this counts as atmo. Well, I'm going to run a test here. Log gravity data. Just above Duna's midlands. From space, just... Okay. Passes over the modeled surface of Duna. Gravity appears lowest in the massive canyon that stretches across the surface. Okay, cool. So we can do science here. Good to know. Log pressure data. Instrument reads 0. Well, in space, near Duna. Alright. So below 60, at least, is near Duna space. Can't log any of that. This is... Can't log any surface stuff. I need to get to the... There we go. Has this one already been worked? Shit. We need this one? It's really hard to tell here. There we go. Observe the mystery goo. While in space near Duna, it takes on a red sheen. It looks very much like the planet below. That's so cool, man. So crazy. Graviola, we've already done. Science, we can't do that anymore. We can run a magnetometer report. Measured in real time as you orbit the blah, blah. Cool. Wow, look at all that science. Look at all that science, though. All right. So now, because I'm going to use this as a probe, let's just see. Let's just warp over there. We're not starting an Atmo yet. Okay. So it's not decaying at all. So I'm going to send all this science before we accidentally crash into the ground. Transmit data. Transmit all. All right, so 39 science. 78 science. 52 science. And we're waiting on the magnetometer because that one takes the longest, right? 104 science. Okay, more science still coming. And 350 science. That's the magnetometer. Yeah. Wow. Look, isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy, huh? Okay, so we don't need either of those on anymore. Gonna extend the boom because it looks stupid otherwise. And just look at that. Look at that, right? We've got a probe in orbit around Duna. Oh, okay. So 50,000 is Atmo, turns out, in case anybody was wondering. So I'm actually going through the upper atmosphere right now. Can I run some reports while I'm up here? I bet I could. What's this? Log gravity data. Log gravity data. I guess not. Log temp data. Oh, from upper atmosphere. Yes! I can do more stuff! Oh, okay, log pressure data. Ah, more stuff! Can I log this? Can't be done right now. Too high. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, that's all I can get, huh? Some of these. Log data. Nope. View data? Oh, okay. Can I do it for this one? Log data. Yep. Yes! Okay, so we found out 50K. 50K is the top. Okay, so I can't run any of these tests while in Atmo. That's fine. But man, we got some more science. Look at that. Okay. So I'm gonna go prograde. We're back in orbit now. So let's get back up to. Okay. Can I not get over there? Should be out of. Yeah. I'm out of surface now. So can I warp there? Yes, I can. Oh, so I have nothing, no data, no signal beyond on the outside of, on the backside of Duna, right? That makes sense. We just, all right. So I'm gonna try to get us into a position where we should have good satellite coverage with Kerbal most of the time. Which, I mean, I guess that'll be half the time, really, more realistically. So let's go all the way out here. I want to get this more of a circle so I don't just kind of, you know, keep going into the atmosphere. That would be kind of silly. Because we know how it works now. So let's get like a 300,000 meter apoapsis, I guess. Alright, perfect. Good enough. Cool. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and transmit more science while we're out here. Transmit data. Okay, so what little other data we got from the upper atmosphere. Super crazy. 56 science. 37 science. Oh, that's so cool. Okay. Great work, everybody. And so now, we're going to leave this episode here. Thank you guys so much for watching KSP with me, Noble Demon Lord. If you guys enjoyed the video, please hit that like button and subscribe to see more like this. I'll see you guys next time.